Alrighty. First thing we're gonna do is break loose the lug nuts. 19mm. Alright. I will have every tool needed to complete this job, which is a strut. As I showed you in the previous video on the cam, you can clearly see that I can move the the strut. And it ain't supposed to be running like that, you know, working like that. It don't operate like that. That's not how a strut operates. And for those of you in the live stream, you know, you can see. How you know it's the strut? Real mechanics do real shit. Alright. Excuse the language in that live. Now, first thing you're going to want to do is, step one is to have the tools. Step two is to take this wheel off. How do I take the wheel off? What I actually do for these 2000 Chrysler Sebrings and some other cars, 19mm and a pry bar. Pry bar for what? Makes it easier. 19mm pry bar. I'm dual streaming for the DIY channel. Well, I'm doing a video and I'm streaming to another channel, so that's why you might hear dual talk here. So the first thing you're going to want to do before you even jack the car up is get your socket on there, and it's easier to get you a pry bar because I can unloosen each stud by hand. I mean, one hand. Alright, break the studs loose. That's what I want to do. Like I said, and I know I'm blocking the camera, but as you can see, I broke the studs loose. You know what I mean? Lefty loosey, righty tighty. Now, that's that. Alright. Let's keep my 19. Okay, let's keep my 19. Let's keep my 19mm. Got an impact. Air tool. If you do not have an air tool, you can still complete this job with a 4-way. Air tool calls for a compressor, air hose, compressors over there. Bam! So, before I start really removing the tire, what I want to do? What you want to do is grab your 4-jack. Grab your 4-jack. Yeah. Grab your 4-jack. Alrighty. Grab your floor jack. And which way did they go? Which way did they go? Huh? And make sure you got some jack stands. I just happen to have a bunch of 2-ton jack stands, which this car more than, this will help me out and do the job, and it's more than enough. Alright, so get your jack stands ready, get your jack ready. Alright, and then what you want to do is find a good spot on your frame to actually jack it up. Alright, so if you're scared to get dirty and get on your knees, no funny bunny, then I don't know what to tell you. And find a proper secure spot on the frame to actually jack it up. Make sure that you break your lug nuts first, because you're not going to be able to do it once you jack the car up unless somebody is pressing on the brake. Just break them loose before you even jack it up. You hear the rubber crackling? That's the rubber crackle. Best thing to do is get it up high enough. Don't not only trust your jack, make sure you have jack stands handy. Find another first spot on your jack stand. On your frame. This is for safety reasons. Working up under these cars can be dangerous, including death. You know what I'm saying? See how shit shift? It happens. Once you find a secure spot that you're comfortable with, get your jack stand in place, lower the car down. It's no longer being supported by the jack. You just put a couple notches on it so that I have two forms of support. Alright, let me turn my air compressor on. It's already charged up. I just shut the line down. So the next move, air tools are always better. But if you don't have air tools, you can manually do it. Just that quick, the tire is off. Get the tire, of course, out your way. All right. Now we see what we're working with. All right. Everybody who knows how to perform this work does it a little bit different. I'm going to do it the way that I do it. Now, what I'm going to do is, because I know that jack is secure, I'm going to take this jack, the jack under the hub assembly itself. Understand that this is under pressure. Alright? Alright? So, I'll get to that in a second. So, let's see. Which way do I want to go first? You know what I'm going to first do? First thing I'm going to do is unbolt the 4 bolts up here on the housing. And I'm not even for sure which size that is at the moment, but let's find out. I'll have everything listed in the beginning of the video. 18 millimeter. So I got this under pressure. I'm going to take my 19 millimeter off. Put my 18 millimeter on. My hose won't reach. What happens when your hose don't reach? What happens when you got an air hose but it won't reach? You just grab an extended air hose. You just grab an extended air hose. And then you connect that to that. Just like that. You grab the other end. Don't let your tools fall through, because sometimes they get stuck in the motor compartment. I can take the extension off of that. Now, sometimes you run into that problem and they don't have it tightened down the specs, so you end up having to they have it over tightened actually, and sometimes your air hole, your air ratchet will not loosen it, so grab your breaker bore. Grab your breaker bore. You know what's crazy? I apologize for the camera over here. Let me show you what I'm doing. I'm taking the 4 bolts off here. 3 is already off. This one is a little bit too tight, so I have to use my ratchet